Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you.
Yes,
Belated birthday.
Yes. For those that don't know, or for those who do, I'm October 12th, and you're October 14th.
Sure I am.
Yeah. 1982.
1995.
1973, but whatever. It is what it is.
Eesh.
Yeah. So what's up, Cam?
Dinosaur.
So what's up, Cameron? A lot of big things this week.
Yeah, a lot of big things. A lot of not so big things.
All right, so you finally watched Halloween.
I did.
Halloween ends.
It did. That is how you end a franchise, for sure. That was it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was definitely far from the greatest thing I've ever witnessed. That's for sure.
Yeah, I already gave my review, so I'm not going to go through it again, but I pretty much said 6 out of 10. It wasn't the worst, but it had a lot of things that it could have made it much better.
Yeah, like maybe 10 minutes of screen time for Michael Myers in his own movie.
Well, the movie's not called Michael Myers. It's called Halloween.
That's true. The whole movie was Halloween. That's true.
It was Halloween.
It did have a very...
You know what? I'm not even going to try to defend David Gordon Green. If there's one good thing about the ending of Halloween Ends is that so does David Gordon Green's tenure.
That is definitely a highlight, I think. Overall, I had really high hopes for David in the beginning. For Halloween 2018, aka age 40, I was feeling good. I really thought that movie was going to be the spark that started like a killer trilogy, no pun intended. And it really wasn't. It just puttered out, and that was super unfortunate. But at the very least, this movie was definitely better than Halloween Kills, which is not a very high bar, but
Yeah. So before we go into Halloween, I want your thoughts about them now also doing The Exorcist.
Oh God, we want to get into the doomer territory right off the bat. Jeez. Well, after watching Halloween Ends, I can't say that I'm optimistic about David Gordon Green's outing for The Exorcist. I think actually like the better news would be if they just didn't touch it. If they just let that movie exist and not do a damn thing with it, that would be the best situation in my opinion.
I want to go on the record to say that I was glad when the experiment of Danny McBride as an actor was pretty much over. I'm hoping that the experiment of Danny McBride as a producer is over as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of indifferent about his career.
Yeah,
I like him in movies, I guess, enough, because it's not like he's ever really like the selling point. He's just kind of a side guy, but I don't necessarily like have any problems with him. But then again, don't forget, guys, this guy's a big Kevin Smith fan, so it's not like, don't account for taste here.
Snoochie boochies. Snoochie fucking boochies. All right, so let's get into Halloween a little bit, because, do we both agree that by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, see it. If you haven't, tough luck. We're going to talk about spoilers. Yeah, the fucking death scene, very beginning, kid falling off the rails, fucking cracking his skull, and fucking bleeding out and breaking his neck.
Hardcore.
That was hardcore. You agree, right? That was great.
The way he hit the floor and bounced, I was like, God damn, right at the very beginning.
Yeah, and that was like a cock tease for me, because it was kind of like, son of a bitch, it looks good, right? We're going to have a good... It started good. I'm like, damn, this kid died, and he deserved to die. Now, I'm not saying that children deserve to die, but those little bastards, in a theatrical sense...
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah. It was a good death. It was a good death.
It was an honorable death.
It was like a seppuku when the samurai fucking gut themselves out, right? Okay. Now let's talk about the things that didn't work.
So the rest of the movie.
The rest of the movie.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's kind of such a difficult movie to really like explain why it didn't work. Basically,
David Gordon Green.
Yeah, I mean, he can't possibly be the only one. Like,
Danny McBride.
I don't know. There was just so much that was like kind of started in that movie. Like they were going for something, and they just didn't really like expand on it enough. They were so busy trying to do all these different things in the movie that I just didn't feel like they just spent so much time on other ideas. And the one story arc that included this sort of new copycat killer, like that really just needed to be expanded on. They really needed to like go into that and not tell me so much about how like the town doesn't, or they, excuse me, how the town kind of blames Laurie for Michael Myers, which, I mean, if we're being honest, that's a pretty big leap. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, Laurie kind of, well, actually, no, I don't get it. I guess, did Laurie really antagonize this situation? I mean, I thought in the last movie, the first movie, Zartane fucking released him. So, like, I guess I don't understand how that is Laurie's fault. In fact, it seemed like she didn't even antagonize Michael in any way. It seemed like she was just minding her business, and Zartane released the fucking guy on Haddonfield. So, I don't know, like, that whole subplot idea, the statement they were trying to make about how, like, society creates these monsters, like, I guess, I mean, I suppose that's, like, that would be, like, an interesting idea for, like the Dahmer series or something. Like, that's an interesting idea for, like, a real-life situation, but society creates these monsters? What do you fucking mean? He's, like, a guy that's bulletproof. And, like, how many times has he been shot and stabbed and lit on fire? Like, what are you talking about? Society created that. What? Society creates meta-human serial killers? Like, what is this statement? It doesn't make any sense. Laurie literally did nothing to deserve this. Now,
she lived. If she would have died.
That's true. Yeah, everyone's like, God damn it, Laurie, if you had just died, then this would have been perfect.
Just died. Yeah, listen, I want to touch up a little bit about the whole... Let's blame society, you know. Let's blame society because these guys turned out to be bad guys, right? Mm. And that's just such a, millennial, Generation Z. No, I'm being honest. It's always looking to why...
These fucking kids.
No, seriously.
Your wife is a millennial.
Yeah. It's about victims, trying to find the bad guy. Somehow he's a victim. So let's go further back. You imagine if the greatest generation, would have said, oh my God, that Hitler guy, if they just wouldn't have, picked on him as a kid, or if they wouldn't have done this, or they wouldn't have done that, or Fidel Castro, maybe if the Yankees would have given him an opportunity to be a ball player, he wouldn't have fucking invaded Cuba, or Chairman Mao, if he would have been a better fucking cook of Chinese food, right? It's something, right? Maybe he wouldn't have killed 6 million of his own people, right? It goes back
closer to 100 million.
Yeah, communism, but it kind of goes back.
Really.
Yeah, 80 million, 50 million. What difference does it make? But it's kind of like, I go back to, specifically, there's certain characters that, yes, they might have had issues in their upbringing or whatever it might be, right? But, a good example would be what Alfred Pennyworth told, was talking to Christian Bale, to Bruce Wayne.
To Christian Bale.
to Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne. When he was talking about that some people just want to see the world burn, right?
You love that.
It's a great line because it's absolutely true. There's just some people who just want to see the world. That is the Joker. And to me, because, the Joker, while he might not be superhuman, but he's maniacal, and nothing was going to stop him from being maniacal. Well, to a certain extent, the same way with Michael Myers. Michael Myers... you'd like to call him a force of nature or a force of evil, right? And that's what he should be.
That's what John Carpenter called him.
Yeah, exactly. He's not just a guy that was picked. Oh, he was part of the trenchcoat mafia. You know?
Well, that was the mistake that Rob Zombie made. He humanized him. He put eyes behind the mask, and that's a huge mistake because then, that person can be killed. I mean, well, really, like Liam Neeson's Ra's al Ghul said it in Batman Begins the best. Like, if you devote yourself to an idea and they can't stop you, then you become something else entirely. A legend.
Yeah.
A legend, Mr. Bale. A legend.
So, and again, we talked about how there was certain things that we did like, and I think there's a couple places where they missed. Listen, if you're going to try... Yeah, we keep on playing footsie here. If they wanted to be bold, I think that if they would have gone and done something with Allison, and we talked about this, the scene where... where Corey's killing the fucking doctor, and at first we kind of see him just fucking stabbing him. Was it with a cork? Fucking
Bob Saget. Yeah, it was with a cork, like a bottle opener.
Like a bottle opener. That was a good death scene as well.
A corkscrew. Sorry.
A corkscrew. And what I was expecting to see was not Corey. I was hoping that was going to be Allison. That would have been great if all of a sudden Allison had snapped. She was riding on the back of that motorcycle, right? And they were having their moment, and all of a sudden they were going to be like Bonnie and Clyde, right? Because she snapped. Because if you're going to go with the whole society fucks you up, well, Michael Myers definitely was going to fuck up this kid, right? Her grandmammy was fucking chased for fucking 40 years by Michael Myers. Fucking Pops, fucking Mom, right? So, Mom and Pa were fucking killed by fucking Michael Myers. Yeah. If you're going to be triggered, you're going to be triggered by that.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Right? But I thought if they could have taken a bold approach and done something where, she would have been underneath that scarecrow mask and she was fucking up the doctor because she had more invested in there, right? Because she's the one that didn't get the promotion, right? Yeah. And then... So I think that was a missed opportunity. If they wanted to do something different, that's something that could have been different. At least it would have been daring. This was pretty cookie cutter. Everything else was pretty just rehashing a lot of kills. Again, in kills, they were blaming society. Once again, here they were blaming society to almost to the point where they were making Michael Myers a fucking victim.
Yeah, no, really, it was. Well, they tried to have both. Remember, because they also played it off like Michael's like still a supernatural force. Because remember, he's living in the freaking sewers, just down there. Like he's not, he's not like eating, he's not drinking, he's not sleeping. He's still just Michael in that sewer. Which don't even get me started on how blatantly stupid that is. But like, they're still just. They have him. He's just a guy in a mask, but he also doesn't like need to eat, sleep, or drink, and he doesn't ever die.
Hey, do you think that after 40 years that latex would have come apart on that mask?
100%. Yeah, that latex would be literally falling apart by now. Especially now that it's been in a sewer, like moisture and then like heat and cold. Like that is the enemy of latex. Like that mask would literally be dust by now. Especially because sweat also it dries out latex quicker. Because of all the salt.
I was thinking about that. When I was watching that, I'm like... And he was having a hard time pulling the mask. I'm like, if there was even a resemblance, that thing would have ripped fucking so easy. Paper, like a paper bag type thing. Again, I thought there was a lot of missed opportunities. Like I said, I thought if they were going to do something bold, right, maybe they would have set something up where now...
Hollywood and bold.
Where we had now maybe Allison killing... By the way... My thoughts, and again, I got, I'm married and I got all the titties I need in my life, okay? But do you or do you not believe that there was a missed opportunity? No, hear me out for a second, okay?
I agree with this one.
Okay? Even my wife agrees on this one. Horror films, especially in the 70s and the 80s, through the 90s, we had some boobage. Hell, there was boobage in the original Halloween. You're telling me that Allison's co-worker literally slipped into a little fuck whatever the hell little robe that she was wearing. Okay, she was about to bone the old man.
I'm sorry, you mean that really sexy robe that she was wearing?
Okay, and a missed opportunity.
Not so much as a single boob.
Not even a side boob. They could even give it a side boob. She gets killed, and
we see heads come apart. That one
They killed the fucking 8-year-old, 10-year-old kid.
They chucked a 10-year-old off a fucking balcony and watched him just playing his head on the
ground. What Hollywood is telling us that they'd rather see the death of a 10-year-old
Then tits.
Than tits. So basically, Hollywood hates children.
You killed that fucking baby. You hear
And they're embarrassed by boobs. They hate boobs.
Oh no, I know. Like that's so sexist. We're not gonna be showing any boobs. Yeah, we're above boobs, guys. Come on.
Right. Just so the people who might be watching this, again, I listen. Game of Thrones, plenty of boobs.
All 5 of you.
Okay, and all 2 of you, right?
All 2 of you, hopefully.
My kids watching this. No, seriously. Look, man, there's no problem with nudity. I think if it serves the purpose, if there's a reason why the scene should exist, they should show it. And I think they had a missed opportunity. The movie's already a hard R. There's no reason why they couldn't. Jesus Christ, Ana de Armas was nude plenty of time, in Blonde, right? And she's a good actress. You know what I mean? There was no reason why we couldn't have had. I don't even know the name of this actress that was in Halloween Ends that should have been showing a boobie. All right, so moving on. Missed opportunity. Hollywood, you guys should really go back, to the great days of, White Mama, Black Mama. Okay, those were the movies. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
What do you prefer, big boobs or small boobs?
Well, there's a saying that if it's more than a mouthful, it's a waste.
I think that's bullshit.
Okay, whatever.
That sounds like nonsense, to be honest.
Alrighty. So look. So Halloween ended.
Some big old boobs are just great.
All right, we're going on to a whole different direction here.
That's okay.
Halloween.
All two of our viewers are adults. That's okay.
Except for the third. Yeah. So Halloween ends. Where do you think? And we've been talking about this, and I still can't quite comprehend. I can't figure out which direction the franchise should go. Where do you think the franchise should go? Besides out of the hands of David Gordon Green. And away from Danny McBride.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I don't know. They need to, 180, really bring it back a little bit. I mean, so in regards to Halloween Ends, I want to say that the best scenes in the movie are with Michael Myers, but he's not in the movie, so sorry guys. Spoiler alert. If you came to see Michael do his thing, get ready to wait until the last 15 minutes of the whole fucking movie. He's barely in it whatsoever. If I had to tell you where I think the series should go, I would say heavily dial it back. So it's no surprise to anybody who's been watching any of our content that I was a really big fan of Barbarian. There was a kind of a style that they went for in that movie that I think would heavily suit Halloween, and I think if they were to do a remake, they should shoot the movie in the same way that they shot Barbarian. The way that they, showed the villain of the film, they really kept it in the shadows for the majority of it, and sometimes before the big reveal, of course, when you did actually see it, it was split second kind of stuff, just barely enough for you to get the idea of what you're seeing, but it didn't give away too much until later when, of course, the story called for literally swan diving into insanity, the stuff that they show you in that movie. But before that, when you're still not sure who's in the basement, that I think if they emulated that, and went for a period piece in the 70s, if they wanted to remake Halloween, I would say go for that kind of vibe, shoot a period piece, and I think you could actually make Halloween scary again. Because right now, Michael Myers has almost become sort of like a superhero. They show him so much that he's just not scary at all. There's nothing scary about him anymore. It's not even left up to your imagination if he's in the room or not. It's so spoon-fed at this point because, if the poster is any indicator, that poster pretty much shows, what Michael is to Hollywood right now. He's literally, the flagship character. They show his face, they show the mask in all its glory under light and everything. They don't leave it up to your mind to make up anything. Everything is shown to you
Hell, they're even showing underneath. They're even showing Michael Myers.
I know,
without the mask.
Well, they've showed him. They showed his face in all 3 movies. Like James Jude Courtney is getting all kinds of screen time for his face.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. It really goes against the whole purpose of Michael wearing a mask.
My thoughts on what they need to do with this, and it's a little bit what you're saying as well. If they're going to do anything, listen, there's no way Michael Myers could return. In other words, this Halloween version of Michael Myers definitely has to end. Unless they're going to be making like Michael Myers hamburger, right? Because there's no fucking way, right? Maybe that's the story. Well, all of a sudden someone makes a hamburger of the remains of his food and he starts turning people like a zombie or something. No, seriously,
Or that demon worm thing that went into... what was it, the guy or the chick from Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Jason, like full-on Kane Hodder, changes body type and everything.
Yeah, so I think this is the Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis has fucking ended. This is done and over with, right?
I hope so.
So if we're gonna do anything, I said, you know what? Maybe they go bold, go back as a period piece, start, give us another 1978 Halloween, right? But this time, fucking just kill Laurie from the very beginning. She should be fucking killed and make, and separate him so much where he doesn't have to necessarily be attached to Laurie.
So that part specifically, like whether Laurie lives or dies, I'm kind of indifferent on. However, just disconnect Michael from Laurie. Like at this point, Laurie has become the biggest crutch of all time. Like there's no reason why Michael, especially, okay, so we talked about this earlier, but the movies have made it such a point that they're not siblings, that he did not specifically go after her, that this wasn't like a personal thing, that it like really boggles the mind as to why then is Laurie even part of the story anymore. Because in the last movie, she was so pointlessly in the movie. Like they pulled a Halloween 2, she was just sitting in a hospital bed the entire film. So I don't understand. Like if she's so not important that you guys would make it a plot point to tell us that, why is she even here? Like why do we need Jamie Lee Curtis? What's the point of her being in the movie other than, ooh, I remember her from that? Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, why can't Michael just leave? Why can't he go somewhere else? I mean, I'm sitting here like, I mean.
No, I hear you.
He's living in a sewer, for Christ's sake.
Living in a sewer in the same town in Illinois, right?
Yeah,
same town in Illinois. Yeah, so I think that if they are going to
the
move...
police didn't check the fucking sewers.
The police didn't check
5 years.
And why didn't he kill the homeless guy? Because obviously the homeless guy saw him. He said, "Hey, I see him fucking going. Bring me the mask. Bring me the mask." He was selling again.
It's so random. Like these movies, like they dive into like stupidity. Like literally, they make the Haddonfield Sheriff's Department look like the most pathetic and incompetent group of people ever. Like they're all bumbling idiots. Why is Will Patton even playing this character anymore? He was barely in the movie to begin with, but on top of that, like Will Patton he's a competent actor. I don't understand like why he wasn't still hunting for Michael in the off chance that he's out there. They don't have a body.
And he was living underneath the bridge next to the fucking Denny's. You know what I mean?
Like under a bridge? You're kidding me.
I think Michael fucking had a grand slam the day before.
Probably,
and they didn't notice.
For Christ's sakes, he could have. That's
Lord.
mind-blowing. Like,
Lord, listen, I think they need to make the Michael
either.
Myers Halloween universe a little bigger in the sense of let's get him out of this town. Unless you tell me there's a supernatural reason why he's there, right? So if they're gonna go with that, if they do it right, maybe there's a reason why he's there because he can't leave the city limits. Now it sounds like an episode of Supernatural or something. I don't know. All I'm saying is I think they need to change things up. There's no reason why he didn't fucking go to Chicago.
That can't even be the case. I think Smith's Grove in the film universe is like 90 miles away. And he drove 90 miles to get to Haddonfield, which sounds cool. But now that I'm thinking about it, why can't he do anything in any of the towns he drove through to get to Haddonfield?
He goes to Haddonfield, yeah.
Why does he have to be in Haddonfield? Or I guess I don't even hate the fact that he's always in Haddonfield. That's kind of cool. But like, why... I don't know.
Well, Haddonfield is...
Yeah,
but here's the thing. So, Haddonfield's kind of like Metropolis, right? That's what... Michael Myers belongs to Haddonfield. but even Superman leaves Metropolis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in other words, there's
what
no
the
reason.
Fuck?
Why didn't he go somewhere else? All I'm saying, in 40 fucking years, Michael Myers never left home except when he was in fucking the psych ward. But alrighty, well, so yeah, I think they need to just reboot it, and if they're gonna reboot it, be bold, but not bold where all of a sudden.
Focus on scares before we worry about if Michael looks cool. Let's just
don't change and don't change the mask, right?
Yeah,
go back to the OG Kirk mask. Don't fucking do nothing where all of a sudden it's a new mask, a new design, or something goofy. But they definitely are they going to come back to it? They're going to. It's a huge franchise. It's a huge cash cow. They're not gonna let it alone.
I will say that the only good, there's a couple of good things about the new Halloween movies, but this trilogy, but definitely the highlight of them all is the mask. It's definitely the best looking mask since the original, in my opinion. I think it looks awesome. It just, in my opinion, the Rob Zombie original mask, the sort of rotten one, was the best one since the original. But this one, the 2018 mask, and then on just barely beats out the Rob Zombie mask in regards to design. I think it's.
And the other good thing too is I think that whether we like to admit it or not, Universal has done a phenomenal job on the promoting of the brand, right? I think the Michael Myers awareness, it's like nothing. You could go on social media. Everyone knows who Michael Myers is. So again, they're not going to let up, right? It's kind of like saying, "Oh, Star Wars, Lucasfilm is never going to do anything with fucking Darth Vader again." No shit, they just fucking lost.
Yeah, okay.
They own the voice rights of James Earl Jones now, right? Because for the next 30 years, we're still going to have more Darth Vader. And the same way with Michael Myers, he's going to be around for a while. Just exactly what incarnation they're going to do, who knows? Are they going to go to a supernatural element? I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that. That's the only thing that would make sense. The dude has survived pitchforks. He survived 24 bullet shots. Fucking shotgun blast. Fucking knife stabbing in the neck. The dude.
He was literally locked in.
He was a pincushion
in a flaming basement.
Exactly. The dude has survived everything. So if they want to go to a supernatural element,
there was a lady with an iron to iron clothing that she hit him with that.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's what I think they need to do. They need to reboot it, but they definitely need to go back.
Does anyone survive such a thing?
Shit. I wouldn't say, people die because they step in a rusty nail, right?
Yeah.
But fucking Michael Myers survives everything. So, yeah, it's crazy. Alrighty, so
nice.
A lot of crazy stuff been going on. Cam, have you been following any of the? So for the folks who haven't or have, Tom DeLonge started this Stars Across Academy of the Stars or Across the Stars, some shit of another. I forget what it's called. Basically, about 8 years ago, he went UFO crazy.
I don't know anything about that. You should tell me all about that.
All right, so Tom DeLonge, when he left Blink-182, he left Blink-182 because the dude totally believes in UFOs, UAP, and I'm not gonna lie, so do I, right? So for the friends who know me, hell, I'll swear to this day that I saw a UAP about a year and a half ago when we were flying into Florida. True story. Okay, that's for another day. But Tom DeLonge started to the Stars Academy.
Do I have to do this interview?
To the Stars Academy, okay. And they've done a lot of good. So those big famous Tic Tac videos that they call, the ones that were released in 2017, that was because a guy named Lou Elizondo, okay, Chris Mellon, and Tom DeLonge.
Great name.
They by the way, Lou Elizondo actually worked for the Pentagon. He was in charge of UFO studies. So this guy is legit. It's not like a make-believe thing. This guy is not a cuckoo guy. He worked for the Pentagon in the office that basically researched UAPs. Chris Mellon, I think he was like the head of, I might be wrong, but I think he also was like in the CIA or some shit like that as well. So they left. They joined forces with the fucking Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. And somehow or another, back about 5 years ago, they got the famous Tic Tac videos released. The videos that show these UFOs and the Navy pilots.
I saw one. It was fucking crazy. I thought that footage is nuts.
And the fact that it was released it was released in 2017, and right during the pandemic, right? The Pentagon confirms, oh yeah, they're real. Right?
Yeah.
It was like perfect timing, and what's crazy is that no one even skipped a beat. They're like, "Oh yeah, fucking UFOs are fucking real." Okay, cool. Those videos are real. So
you know, Dan Aykroyd knows like everything about this stuff.
Well, cool. Who are you gonna call?
Isn't his family in the supernatural business?
Yes, they are real life Ghostbusters.
Well, I remember I saw Dan Aykroyd on I think Joe Rogan's podcast, and it was nuts. Like he knew so much. I mean, he knew. The accounts, he knew the exact details, and he knew like he could cite all the names of each person corresponding with the incident.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's crazy. He knows so much about this stuff. I learned like basically all of the most important sightings that like he thinks are credible in the last like 40 years. He like named them all off.
Phoenix Lights.
Yeah, it was
Phoenix
crazy.
Lights.
He knew so much. And it blew my mind.
So going back to but Tom DeLonge is taking a break.
DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge is taking a break because.
How do you feel about the reunion tour?
I was already on the older side, okay, of Blink-182. I did listen to them. I don't have a problem with them. I thought they were fun. It's crazy to look at them now and you're like, all you motherfuckers have gray hair now.
This tells me everything you need.
Okay. No, listen, man. I was Van Halen, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and then I go back to the Eagles and all that stuff. But they were fun. So you know what? I think it's fun. I will probably want to catch a show. Tickets did go on sale. So go buy your tickets. Okay. That was weird. What was that? Was that a ghost?
I don't know. I hope the girls didn't leave one of the doors open.
Okay.
Too late. It's gonna be nothing but torn up pillows.
Torn up pillows. Yeah, we're dogs in our house. So.
But yeah, it was a ghost.
Yeah, it was a ghost.
Perfect timing.
Tom DeLonge, UFOs.
So Tom DeLonge, UFOs. Okay. You can check the cameras, B. Okay. So I guess he's taking a bit of a break, but they're still moving forward. Right, and there's a lot of information coming out about the UFOs, but I wanted your opinion. What do you think about all this UFO talk, or UAP? The new term is UAP.
UAP.
Yes.
Now that you're using correct terminology, I can answer that question. I believed in aliens like forever. So I mean,
but are we talking about the illegal aliens across the border, or are we talking about
both
extraterrestrials?
They both exist.
Yeah, they do.
You bastard.
Well, you said, come on.
No, you're right. They both exist. They're verified.
East LA's right here.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, that's how he even got to this country.
I did.
A little boat with a little leaf covering his
jump.
jump.
A banana boat. It is.
Oh, God. Damn it. All right.
By the way, I'm not Mexican, but he is. All right. Now that we got that clear.
Yeah, that's why I said a little leaf in front. We have clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
When they found me, it was like the Blue Lagoon. Right? I was running around like in the Blue Lagoon.
With a spear.
With a spear and stuff, and hunting coconuts down and eating coconut water. And the funny thing, it was Miami Beach. I could have just gone anywhere. I was already home.
I know.
But I just decided to live that way for about a year.
Yeah, they were all just watching you. Like,
they're like, hey, there's food here. Everything.
What's up with this guy?
I didn't care. I just wanted to feel like I was, like Tom Hanks in Castaway. What was the name of it? Wilson. I even had my own Wilson.
Perfect.
But it was a baseball because I'm Cuban.
Yeah.
And it was really small.
Well, they don't have all the supplies
over there. It is what it is.
We have here.
What it is. So no, seriously. So UFOs,
UAPs. Well, like I said, I believed in UFOs like since as far back as I can remember. I mean, I've always had an interest in it. I really love the fact that like all that stuff is being released on the internet now for us to kind of look at and review. I mean. it's kind of funny that like the government is like now trying to be transparent about it. They're like, oh, by the way, guys, these are real, and kind of everybody just looks at them like, no shit. Like, you know, like we're kind of past the point where that would be shocking, you know, like just nobody cared kind of when, well, generally speaking, the general public didn't care when the news broke about aliens. The people who like did care did, but like the general public didn't care at all. And I just think that's funny. The government kind of was like, you know, like, we are going to come out and tell you all that aliens do exist. And everybody was like, oh, you know, how much is gas going to be, you know?
Well, but that's kind of, but see, I feel that they did this kind of the same way, you know, anytime a politician has like some bad shit to break, they release it on a weekend, right?
Yeah.
Right? That way, by Monday, it's a different news cycle type thing, right? Well, I think it was the same thing. We were dealing with so much shit with the pandemic, and I think the Pentagon was like, perfect timing. People are dying. We got this weird disease, right? You know, this.
Let's tell them something.
Let's tell them something else.
Know.
And guess what? They're probably not going to care too much because they're fucking locked up at home and they got no money and their fucking kids are not at school and they got to deal with so much other shit. But I think the opposite happened because, like UFO Twitter.
Money? I don't know.
I know UFO Twitter. Listen,
those stimmies were coming in, my friend.
Joe Rogan. When you have, you know, even Joe Rogan talking about UAPs, and you have, you know, you have
well,
these.
I mean, he's the guy that gives everyone an opportunity.
CNN, Fox, Tucker Carlson. I mean, across the board, things that have nothing to do with the UFO world. You know, they're reporting it.
Yeah,
you know.
but I mean, they put bullshit out there all the time.
Yeah. But you know, so I wanted to use this.
Yeah, I do think though that it's a cool time to be like an alien fanatic, you know.
An alien fanatic, yeah.
It's definitely cool. Like, could you think of like how all the people who have like been trying to find the truth about aliens their entire life. And
Jeffrey Dahmer's mom.
And they died.
Jeffrey Dahmer's mom. So I know you haven't watched the Dahmer series yet.
Yeah.
So something
wouldn't either, because I'm telling you, Dahmer would not get me.
Dahmer would get you.
No,
you would slip a Mickey.
No chance. I would take that Mickey on the chin and just like get back up. Colombian necktie.
Yeah,
that's actually not a Colombian necktie. That's just
the Colombian necktie was when they would select. Did you not watch Scarface?
I know exactly what a Colombian necktie is. I just keep saying it, but there's like, what's the move you do? Like you do that, and then like, what's the pulling the tongue?
So it's obvious by you doing this.
Jesus Christ.
It's obvious by you doing this that Jeffrey Dahmer would have gotten you. Okay.
Well, no, I mean my first Colombian necktie ever legally would like be, you know, kind of like a flimsy one. I'd have to work on it.
No, Dahmer would have Mickey'd you.
No way, no chance.
He would have Mickey'd you.
I'm telling you, I would overpower his scrawny muscles, his small, feminine, emasculated muscles. I would overpower him, and immediately, I've done this a million times. And
so you've dealt with Jeffrey Dahmer type people in the past.
I can neither confirm nor deny. But like, I'm telling you, like the thing is, so I have this belief that like when there's serial killers out there, everybody generally gets like scared, right? This should be the opportunity that everyone who's ever worked in retail has been waiting for. This is your opportunity to like, you know, oh God, no, don't kill me, and then you can actually kill them legally.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's a serial killer. No one's gonna care. You know, if they try to kill you, like the cops will even they'll look at like, wow, you really fucked him up, you know, like did you have to go that far? They won't ask you that. It's a serial killer.
No, in California they would.
I feel like even in California.
No,
California's had so many serial killers. Like the police have been made to look foolish and incompetent so many times by serial killers.
Yeah, well, we'll get into it more. You know what? We're probably going to have a show where we're going to talk about serial killers. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's going to be the same answer for me every time. They would not get it.
What about the guy they just caught?
Oh, they did just catch a guy in Stockton. Yeah, there was some guy.
Oh, man.
He was young.
I was hoping I would run into him.
Especially since you go to Stockton. But real quickly, I just wanted, because we keep on losing, we're losing track of what I wanted to say, which was, in the Dahmer show,
we'll get back to it.
And the Dahmer show, we find out that Dahmer's mom, when she went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, part of the thing she went it was like fucking Close Encounters of the Third Kind when all of a sudden he went crazy because of the whole UFO. Same thing happened to her.
Oh, Dahmer's mom saw aliens?
Yes.
She would chase them. But, well, okay, that's what the show says. I don't know how accurate that is. But I think she definitely had issues. But I don't know if the alien thing was like dramatized or if it was just.
So the funniest meme's gonna be when they talk about why did Jeffrey Dahmer kill people, and you're gonna have the dude from Ancient Aliens saying, "Aliens,
Aliens." crazy.
No, seriously. So evidently she believed in aliens, which again, she wasn't the crazy one, right? Because aliens are real. So you know what? I know it's been about a month.
I think Wasn't is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now.
So I know. We watched Nope.
For the record, I just want to put this out here. The greatest evidence on Earth that Mexicans are the hardest working people on the planet is that they're only questioning if aliens helped build the pyramids in Egypt. The ones in Mexico, they know who built those pyramids.
It was a serpent feather god, Kukulkan. Okay.
El Cucuy.
El Kukulkan, who now we find out is Namor, the Submariner in the Marvel Universe. See how I just tied it in? I could segue any which way you want. But let's go back to the aliens. You watched Nope. We all watched Nope. Okay. We're not going to get into Nope because people already saw it and they don't care about our opinion anymore. But the one, if I were to ask you, what's your favorite alien movie of all time? And you can't say E.T. And you can't say Close Encounters.
Okay.
And you can't say Independence Day.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Why?
Okay, you can name whichever one you want. Which is your favorite, anal probing movie?
Well, any movie or
alien, extraterrestrial anal probing movie.
Any movie.
That's not a porno.
Yeah. Okay, well, that narrows it down. There's only like 3 at that point. I don't know. I guess it would be like a tie between. Okay. Let me think. So I really like Independence Day, but that's not necessarily my number one. What is it? The Fourth Kind, the one with the chick from Resident Evil.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, that one I liked, even though it's like the movie's
like
total nonsense.
She was also in Fifth Element, right? So it's the big Fifth Element.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
But that movie's like it's total nonsense, like completely untrue. But I really like it. It's a really good movie. But I guess also like Close Encounters is fantastic. Big fan of Alien, of course. Aliens. That franchise is great. Predator, also good. We're getting away from gray aliens, if that's what you specifically were trying to bring up.
Absolutely.
Good segue. There's multiple different species of aliens. In case you didn't know. I'm going to say normies out there.
So I'm going to say that my favorite alien movie of all time, and if y'all haven't seen it, it's Fire in the Sky. Right? Fire in the Sky. D.B. Sweeney, right? And Robert Patrick, right? Which is based on a true story. Right, of Walton Scott, Travis Walton, Travis Walton's story. There's tons of books, there's tons of documentary on it, crazy shit that happened. But I just wanted to kind of bring that one up because now that we're seeing all this alien stuff, like literally we have to go back and kind of look at all the stuff that people were kind of doubting.
I just noticed your hat says cock.
Well, it's because it's a rooster.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. Do you like rooster?
Yeah, Rooster's great. That Alice in Chains song?
Yeah, it's a great song.
It's a good one.
It's a great song.
Yeah, Roosters are nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically I think everything
you always make everything inappropriate, Rob. It's disgusting.
I know. So going back to everything from basically 1947 forward, I think people have to go now back and kind of like, oh shit, maybe some of this stuff was real. Maybe this guy really did get abducted. Maybe this guy really got probed. Maybe the Phoenix Lights, are real and all that stuff. But I just wanted to get your opinion. Now I know you believe in.
Oh, that was a pretty easy.
You believe in,
of course,
in extraterrestrials.
Of course. I think it's like, well, I guess if we're being in all seriousness, if I can speak, I think it would be foolish to like pretend like you just know better than there's what the hell am I trying to say right now? I think it's foolish to pretend like we're alone in the universe. Like it seems like such a foolish thing if you think about it. Like how can you possibly say that, yeah, we're just alone? Aliens don't exist.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they don't look like how we depict them in movies, but don't be foolish. Of course they exist.
There has to be a chance.
Of course.
Yep.
I mean, dude, we're talking about infinity. Give me a break. We're the only ones out there. How fucking...
You sound like Jodie Foster in Contact. That great movie with Matthew McConaughey.
I didn't love the finale where she goes to the other world and it's just her dad and he's like,
well, it was an alien taking the shape because it was in her head.
Shut up and let me finish. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is how you can perceive me. This is how your human brain can perceive me. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude to you out there.
It's because that movie is for people with certain IQ levels, certain high IQ levels.
And budgetary
restrictions. It's not Independence Day.
That's true. That's true. It's not a high IQ movie, really. A high concept. I could have been in a barbecue. I gotta call my lawyer. Screw my lawyer. I cracked the code. I don't know who that was supposed to be. It definitely didn't sound like Goldblum.
You should do a podcast of just straight voices.
Talking. Oh, all right. So listen, the one thing that we're going to stay pretty neutral here on is obviously religion and politics, because it's always going to piss someone off. But Alex Jones, damn, he just got fucked up. $1 billion lawsuit, $1 billion settlement.
I don't like people that disagree with me. Yeah, well, I mean, there's no such thing as, prison by bankruptcy. Like, there's no such thing as that, so he's not gonna... Yeah. Like, this is gonna, like... Okay, so I would just like to put this out here. It's, I know, it's a spicy opinion, but if you are of the opinion that Alex Jones is going to be paying $1 billion to these families, then you are, to put it kindly, you're incorrect. After I say you're incorrect, if you continue to believe that, then you're bordering on damn near the dumbest motherfucker in the room. That this whole trial was bullshit. And also, to anyone out there that says that is justice, you're incorrect. So, we'll just leave it at that. You're fucking incorrect. That's not how justice works. That was a sham trial, not real. Guy didn't even get to defend himself. I mean, it was literally, a total of 6 weeks, and so you get like 2 weeks in a normal trial for discovery alone. This was such a joke.
I just want to say, I'm not
sorry, by the way, I'm not an Alex Jones stan. I'm just blown away by the sheer idiocy on the internet right now. Like, it's mind-blowing. I really don't even love Alex Jones at all. Like, there's nothing about that guy that I'm like, man, Alex Jones, you're turning the frogs gay, like I don't think the guy is like a credible source of information, but most people understand that he's not. I just want to say this, and this is something that we all have to be very careful with, and this might be a controversial opinion. It shouldn't be, though. Yeah, it's probably just
if we believe, and listen, if we're gonna punish someone because he did say some crazy shit. There's no denying that he has said some crazy shit, and he's batshit crazy. But so are a whole lot of other people. So does that mean that any person who has said something that's not true on the internet or on the airwaves, is that going to open them to lawsuits? Because if that's the case, it's just everyone, right? Because even the official media, the mainstream media, the Anderson Coopers, the Don Lemons, we could go to Whoopi Goldberg, we could do this, we could go to Tucker Carlson, we could go across Bill O'Reilly. Everyone has said something that is not true and has caused pain onto someone else. So does that mean everyone that causes pain to someone that's a news personality or a blogger, can those people be sued? Right?
It's
and that's the slippery
definition of a slippery slope.
That's the slippery slope, because again, that's very dangerous, right? It's very dangerous because unless we hold everyone accountable the exact same way, then this guy is going to end up looking like a martyr, and the people who are fighting against him it defeats the purpose. Alrighty, so
it just seems so nonsensical, the idea that like, well, I've just been listening to a few people talk about this particular thing, and just the idea that like he can say something absurd and then years later he can literally go public on, I mean, said it on Joe Rogan twice that he doesn't believe it. He hasn't believed it for a long time, and apologized to the family personally, like to them himself, and on multiple podcasts. And now $1 billion. That's like they're making an example out of him, and anyone that says that's justice is verifiably stupid.
And all I'm saying is, that's cool. If you're going to hold him accountable, we just need to hold...
No, there's literally nothing to be held accountable for.
What I'm saying, though, is if we're going to hold one person accountable for supposed lies, then everyone else has to be held accountable.
Yeah, we get it. But like,
including people who give good reviews for shitty movies.
Well, those people should be strung up by their toes, if we're being honest. Like, the people working at Rotten Tomatoes are traitors to the union.
Like, what union? Is there a union at Rotten Tomatoes?
Right. No, I mean like the United States.
Oh, the union. Actually, the world.
Yeah, they're traitors. They're traitors to the United States of America.
Yeah.
God, disgusting. Those people. They have given some reviews, some fresh ratings that it's just like, God, you know, like, you didn't cook the roast right.
Yeah. So this Wednesday, you'll be hearing my review.
Oh God, here we go.
Of Black Adam. My daughter did see it. My daughter did go see it. She was at the global premiere in New York City. She did like the movie. By now, again, spoiler material. Cue the John Williams music. All right, dun 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 dun. So Henry Cavill's back as Superman, and that's kind of exciting. So it's interesting because even the day before, the day of that premiere, the day of the premiere, it was interesting. The Rock went on the Jimmy Fallon show, and he kind of said that, for the last few years, because he is a Superman fan, right? He feels that Superman. He didn't say Superman, but he's felt that someone has been on the sideline, and now he's moving forward. So they haven't announced anything yet, like officially. I think they won't make announcements until after Black Adam premieres, like officially premieres. But don't be surprised that the new movies that are related to Superman, if The Rock, just like he's a producer on Black Adam, he's going to be a producer on the Superman movies. Okay, because he's been pushing really hard, for Henry Cavill and so on. There is a few rumors out there. One thing, I don't know if you guys know this.
Where do you hear your rumors from?
Well, my rumors, I'll tell you, come a lot from the industry, from the source. So one...
Where?
Okay, I'll tell you one right now. So during CinemaCon, which was a show called Show West in Vegas, okay, they actually showed bits and pieces of one, like The Flash. Okay. So I wanted to say something.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't making this up, but right. I believe you know.
Right. So something that they showed in The Flash that surprisingly no one's picked up on the interwebs. Okay. Right.
I mean, you can go back to the original thing.
No. This is part of it.
Oh,
okay. This is part of it. Is that you guys remember Fiona?
No.
Or Fiora? Fiona? The Kryptonian that was fighting against Henry Cavill's character, the female and the Man of Steel. Okay.
In Zod's group of
Zod's group.
Redhead.
I don't think she was redhead. No, she just had short black hair. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Kind of hot.
Sure.
Okay. So
sounds great.
Sounds great. She's back in The Flash. So this might be part of the multiverse, and something that she died in the movie, in the Man of Steel, but she's back in The Flash, and no one's talked about this, and she's fighting against Supergirl, okay, in The Flash. And there's also now talk that there was some scenes that were added, okay, in The Flash that includes Henry Cavill, okay, which is kind of interesting. Because I think people were kind of holding off. They didn't know if Henry Cavill was coming back. But it looks like DC, the DCEU is what they call it, the DC Extended Universe.
Yeah.
It's kind of rebooted, and Henry Cavill's a big part of it. And
flagship character.
Yeah, it has to be. Superman is the flagship character.
It really should have been revolving around him anyways.
Okay. And then one other thing that I want to talk about just real quickly, which is interesting, and I want your opinion. And I know that we don't talk about gossip, but this is movie related, okay? This has to go with the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing, okay? So a good acquaintance of ours, okay, which we cannot mention his name.
He's got great eyes, though.
Okay, great eyes.
Yeah, great eyes, great facial hair, too.
Great facial hair, and he works out a lot, and, you know, he must do a lot of squats, but we can't mention his name.
Caked up, dog.
So he's talking to a publicist.
What was that?
He's talking to a publicist during the premiere.
It's like, honey, I'm not looking.
During the Superman junket and press events, and they're asking Warner Brothers people, "Hey, so what are you guys doing? So what's going on with Amber Heard, right? And the whole press tour that she's going to have to be doing in Aquaman
over there."
And I'm going to tell you something: Warner Brothers has no fucking clue what to do with Amber Heard and Aquaman. Right, because I believe that her contract requires her to be involved in some of the press events, right? So junkets, red carpet premiere, all the stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But they have no idea. They want her out of the movie, right? They want her out of the movie, and so one of the big rumors was, and
You're fired. I'm sorry, Amber. You're fired. Go, leave. Clean out your desk. I know your desk is huge. It's huge. But you can clean it out. Take multiple days if you need it. And go. Just go.
So,
just go.
Oh, even Echo's talking to us right now as well.
Hey, Echo. What are you doing here? I didn't know. Okay. No, Rob invited you.
So they have no idea what they're going to do with Amber Heard. It looks like she's in a world of hurt.
A world of herd?
A world of herd. The world of herd. That's, we should copyright this. Copyright this right now. Son of a bitch. Oh my God. The world of herd.
Wow.
That's
my dog stepped on a bee. That's my Amber Heard impression, everybody.
Oh, your Amber Heard impression should... Never mind. I'm not going to get into Amber Heard stuff here. Alrighty, guys.
Too late. Go for it.
Well,
we're here.
No. That's not us.
Hey, Johnny, watch this.
That's for the folks on Popcorn Planet and Nerd Report and stuff, not us.
They don't have a trademark on that. Come and get me, Andy. I'm right here. Let's talk Amber Heard anytime, buddy. Anytime. So how do you get your beard to fill in so well, man? It's really good.
I think it's the humidity in Tampa Bay that really helps Andy grow out.
It's doing good, man. I gotta say, your beard is looking fantastic. Keep up the good work. Slide in the DMs, my man. Give me some pointers.
We need facial hair tips.
But for real, let's talk Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That'll be the day that Amber almost got away with. I don't know where I'm going with that. Sorry. No, but for real, man, what do you think about her, like, pooping in his bed? Like, what's up with that?
Are we doing this again? This was 6 months ago.
So what?
Cameron, I thought you were into scat play.
I mean, I didn't say I didn't like it.
You're telling me if Amber Heard told you could kind of wah with her, but she had a shit in your bed, you wouldn't let her?
No, I guess not. She's really not my type, but... Well, sorry, I know that types aren't like a thing in today's day and age. I'm not attracted to Amber Heard like that. She's not an ugly woman. She's just,
No, actually, I think she is an ugly woman, but not...
On the inside.
On the inside,
such
absolutely.
An ugly person on the inside.
Such an ugly person.
You really showed your true colors to the American people. Man. Well, that's why you and Namor are not going to get any screen time together.
Aquaman, not Namor.
Aquaman, whatever. Yeah, what the hell am I talking about?
Hey, so
Namor's literally Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. Come on. What's going on here? Sorry.
Did you watch She-Hulk?
Next question.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you.
Yeah, I don't watch female content. Okay, men only over here. Boys only in the house. Boys only, right, dog?
My wife, I have to sleep with my wife. You're still single.
I'm just kidding. I like girls. Girls are cool. Girls are rad, man. They're dope. They're funny. Great action heroes.
Girls are great. And listen,
I liked Wonder Woman.
Girls are great.
And the movie.
And if it wasn't for girls, Jimmy, what's the other Jimmy's name? I work with them, Adam Carolla.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to the first half of your
The Man Show.
Sorry, you lost me.
Really? Did you never watch The Man Show?
I think I caught like an episode here or there, but I didn't know.
Really? Whatever.
No, I was dating chicks.
You were dating chicks, but you're still dating chicks because you're still single.
Yes, that's how it works. True.
Okay.
Is this a trick question?
Alrighty, so real quickly, because we've been doing this for an hour, and it's almost time to go Mimi's. That's sleep and baby talk, Mimi's. Okay?
I don't like that. Do it again.
Okay.
Do it again. We're off to a bad start.
Okay.
Do it again.
We're about an hour in, and we got to go Mimi's. That's sleep and baby talk.
Didn't like it a second time. Well, I guess the retirement home over here is getting a little bit tired talking about his news bullshit. So we hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast of ours. And
actually, no. Actually, I'm going to give you the cliff notes on She-Hulk because I did want to tell you about this.
No, I don't fucking want to talk about She-Hulk. I'd rather talk about, I don't know, anything else. Fuck She-Hulk.
We talked about Alex Jones, and that guy's fucking wacko.
Doesn't mean I want to do it twice.
Okay, so She-Hulk. I just want to say one thing.
There
was a really cool. I just want to say this. This was really, really funny. Okay.
Is it funny?
Actually, it was.
All right.
They introduced.
Blow my mind here.
They introduced Kevin Feige.
All right, next topic.
Okay.
Who cares?
They introduced Kevin Feige. Actually, it was pretty cool.
Oh,
they made a reference to X-Men. All right. It was the season finale. We'll see what happens. You know what? You need to catch up on it. I think it's mandatory. So we could have a conversation about She-Hulk.
You can fire me.
Okay. How about...
I would rather die. I don't care. Actually, no, I don't want to die, but I would heavily consider castrating myself with a blunt rock.
Kind of like that dude in Game of Thrones. What's his name?
I don't remember, but exactly like that. Exactly like that. But I would do it willingly. Just out of my own volition. You know, you ain't got to ask me twice. You know, that or She-Hulk on repeat. Give me the rock, buddy. Make my day.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. I think we're good. Maybe next week, we could talk a little bit about your short film.
Sure. Yeah. I'd love to.
Okay.
Cool. Sounds good. I mean, I'll have more updates then. Anyways, excuse me. It was nice talking to you guys. Have a good night.
Peace. Good night. Buenas noches.